Hey guys, welcome to Planet Loaft. I'm Mark, Cena, Dan. It's a very special edition of the Loaftcast, not just because I'm hosting, but we're only talking about one game, and that game is probably all over the internet. It's No Man's Sky. We have different levels here of who's actually played and how far. We obviously, if you watch the channel, you know Dan has his Let's Play going, where I believe at the point of release you're only 2 episodes in.
Yeah, 2 episodes are up now.
Cena,
stay tuned.
I played the game for an hour at your house.
Yes, exactly. And I believe I'm probably the furthest out of the 3 of us.
Yeah.
So, real quick, what is your guys' impression right off the game? Or right off the bat?
Okay, so I think, and now it is confirmed that No Man's Sky was just unable to live up to the expectations. When I first played the game, immediately, I know graphics aren't everything, but the game looks pretty bad.
Yeah, it looks bad considering it's a, 2016 PS4 game.
Exactly. But whatever, it's a small studio. I found the gameplay kind of boring at first, but then I took a step back and I appreciated the game for what it was and what it was trying to capture. So, I like it, but I would never buy it. Dan?
We're just doing a quick
Right off the bat, when you first put the game, the first hour in.
It was exactly what I thought it would be, and I think that's why it puts me in kind of a weird, a weird position to address this weird controversy going on. It's what I thought it would be, and so I'm pleased with it.
Okay.
It does the things that it set out to do well, and with regards to the visuals and kind of the kind of meandering kind of way that it goes, that's what I thought was going to happen, right? I mean, you've got an algorithm that's designing all of your graphics, all of your everything.
Yeah.
So it's not going to look like Unreal 4. It's not going to look like Uncharted.
I agree, but
it doesn't look like Uncharted.
But I mean, at the same time, too, right? I think the game was marketed really badly.
Yes.
I went into it thinking that it was going to be some weird, sort of lesser extent Mass Effect, where there is at least some sort of a story, and there is, and we'll sort of get into that in a bit. But I mean, it really just leaves you up to your own devices, and you just go. I mean,
yeah. I think the marketing mishandling is sort of the double-edged sword. When the way that I understand it is Sony comes up to Hello Games, which is at the time I believe 6 people. Around that, working in a studio that had made Joe Danger. It's a very small game. And they say, hey, we've got this ambitious project you're doing. Why don't we market it for you? And they kind of placed it and took it and made it into kind of a landmark for the PlayStation platform.
Exactly.
And blew it up and blew it up and blew it up. And you've got Sean Murray, who's one of less than 10 people there. Mm-hmm. Who's just got unfortunately, caught that football and is now fucking touchdown, just go for it. And he's standing there on stage at E3, blushing. He's never seen this many people before. And I think that's kind of unfortunately, you get that spotlight shone on you. And if you shine this kind of spotlight on Bastion or any other kind of critical darling kind of indie game, I think you'd feel disappointed with the expectations set out, right?
So then
I just want to add something to the marketing thing. So clearly, I don't think PlayStation or what's the studio?
Sean Murray. Hello Games.
Or Hello Games anticipated the reaction they were going to get when they revealed the game. They didn't think it was going to be the most anticipated game from E3, blah 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 blah. So Sony saw that and ran with it, and they're like, this is going to be another marquee title. This is going to be huge. Plaster on your posters. Let's do IGN first, blah, blah, blah. So...
Well, that's relating to what I was going to say was, if the game was a $30 indie title...
No one would say any... If this game was $40, all this controversy would not exist.
But here's my thing. I think, Daniel, you like the game?
Yes.
I'm starting to really like the game. You not so much.
Here's
my thing. If it was only $30 and a downloadable title, would you still not like the game?
Not as much, because what bothers me just is the price tag. I would like it a little more just because, the price is way more reasonable. We're in Canada here. This game with tax costs $92.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I mean, it's very hard. Some people... to all people, that price tag has a connotation to it, and to some people, it's everything, right? Because you can look at this as a product, like a literal just value transaction, and frankly, most people are going to say $60, USD, $90 Canadian. Like, no, it's not there. But if you can separate that and just look at it for what it is, as an experiment, I think it was worthwhile.
Yeah.
Just that price tag.
What it's trying to capture, infinite possibility, they nailed. Mark, when you showed me the map, when it zooms out and you see all those, the planets, I was like, holy fucking shit, this is insane. And
and I mean, it since it is such a small studio, this is likely, don't know, but it's probably likely the only thing they're going to be working on for a while. So there is the ability for them to just update the game, add stuff to it.
Yeah. But I mean, unfortunately, when you're releasing something in video games, especially, that launch period that makes or breaks. I mean, they could change the game in the next weeks and turn it into something really, really great. But unfortunately, all the hype, all the criticism, like all the reviews, all the reaction,
the
all
one
the
guy that went to the center of the universe in 30 hours.
I said 30 minutes.
That would have been crazy. But no, you're right. That's a really important thing to hit. But you are right. I mean, the promise of the game, the idea when you kind of see that thing, the map expand,
it gives you chills. Great. It's really dope.
The story. Sorry, I just want to really quickly tell a story.
Well,
okay. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Just to kind of also frame things in perspective, Mark and I were quite excited for No Man's Sky, to the point that Mark asked for the game for his birthday. So when on release day, I bought myself a copy and also got him one.
Best brother ever.
It's easy when they tell you what they want. It's like, I'm best family member ever. But no, so I played it for I think it was 2 or 3 hours before bringing it over to Mark. And my initial game, if you watch my first episode of our Let's Play, that was not my first time playing. I played for about an hour on my own first. And my first run through was very slow. There wasn't a whole lot to do on the planet. My impression, honestly, wasn't great because there wasn't a whole lot happening. It was very hard to find resources. There wasn't a lot of life on the planet. Mm-hmm. Things were quite dead. There was 2 points of interest. When I got the game over to Mark, I think it was the next day, I sat down with him and watched him play for the first 20 minutes. And within...
I think right away,
more plants, more animals, more points of interest, crashed ships, aliens. He was seeing all kinds of stuff. And that really, just before I even got to the galactic map, was telling me how much this really comes down to random chance. There really is a whole lot happening there that you might see and you might not. And that's quite impressive.
And I think that also is another way that might put people off the game, where if you start on a really shitty planet, that might just put you off the game absolutely completely. You might be struggling. And,
I saw those terrible noxious planets or whatever they're called.
You jumped in. Halfway and
another quick story. A quick one. This one will be quick. I had a friend over the other night and basically handed her the controller and told her, "You can name anything you want." And she had the most fun in her life just renaming everything.
It's the little things.
Yeah,
Daniel's butt.
Well, that's the thing I was going to say was,
she wants to land on Daniel's butt. Sorry,
plant a flag on it. No, but it's a weird thing where they've sort of made a game that's multiplayer, but it isn't at the same time. You know what I mean? It's a lot more fun to play with people who don't necessarily play video games.
You're totally right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
it's a super cool concept that they would appreciate. But if you're a gamer, you know what the game is, and you're like, no, my Sky, no.
Okay, let me throw. Sorry,
no, it's cool. No, it's cool.
Let me throw this idea at you, because I think this has been something talked about a lot, just on the Reddit and on the general internet community. If there was if Hello Games had an official website where you could catalog and kind of share discoveries, where they're kind of tracking that, so I can be like, hey, look at this weird ass animal I found. It has a butt for a face, and I put it up there, and and then everyone can be like, hey, look, it's a butt face. I want to see if I can find a butt face. That would be.
They don't have that kind of social integration.
They don't.
Yeah, no. And I completely agree. If they did have that, I think it would make it infinitely better. where I wouldn't be settling on screenshots or video or game capture to try and show off what I found. And even in the game, when you're trying to show the things you just see the profile, like it's just the side thing of them.
Yeah.
You don't get a
3D model you can kind of like spin it.
And you don't get a feel of the height because they're all within that same square.
Question.
Yeah.
Question. Can you be at the same planet at the same time and see someone else playing the game? Have they done that yet? What's going on with that?
Huge controversy on that. And I wasn't talking about it when you had just started. Have you heard about this now?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to...
Well, there's just two guys who apparently went to the same planet, and they knew they were right there with each other, but they could not see each other. And I think they said they were trying to fix... Like, that's not supposed to be how it works.
This is the first time that I, without question, have to kind of... And I don't know, maybe not. But I have... The first time that I really had to look at Hello Games and their messaging and say, you did something wrong here and you're not making it better. They deliberately, in an interview, specifically said you can find other people. Mm-hmm. And the only way to know what your character looks like is to look at another character that you see. Yeah. And the chances are infinitesimal, but it's possible. These two guys on stream, it's recorded, could not find each other. And when people started asking Sean Murray directly, he avoided the question on Twitter or on Reddit and then gave some half answers and non-answers, which maybe seemed to indicate maybe it was like the server overload or something to that nature.
Because it was in with the first week of the game.
It was right away.
So I mean, it's understandable.
My thing is, it's possible that that's the case, but he can be more clear. Yeah. And the other thing too is, to be fair, when he's making those statements, games go through so many revisions and features that need to be get cut, and things that are straining the game too hard have to be removed. And it's very likely that at the time that was something that was planned and was in the process of happening. They had to do something if it's not in the game, but it still might be. I mean, that's
such
the thing,
a huge selling point for the game, man. You can't just like say you can do that and just like
which is
quietly go like, nah, sorry, you can't. You can't.
But that's why, as much as you can be disappointed and upset with the messaging and things that didn't turn out, half of the reason you are upset is because you pre-ordered No Man's Sky and you should never have done that.
My God, yeah.
All right, Aria, thanks. But let's quickly move on to the story. Sina, this might leave you out a little bit.
That's cool, let's go.
How far into the story are you? How much do you know?
I'm far... I'm barely in it enough that I still don't understand the little bits of story that I do know.
Do you understand?
So you don't know what's happening.
I don't even understand. To be honest, I don't really know what you just said. Do you know? Have you started getting the little backstory between the three? I guess it is alien races, or are you still?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Okay, not to get too far ahead of myself. I know that the little turtle people that are my friends, my buddies, are like galactic overlords.
The little Gek, I think it's Gek. Yeah, okay,
they're horrible people.
They're awful people.
Yeah.
Okay, so to me, just the story and like the way that it's presented to me or everyone, I guess, does it not the way I feel? Is it not like just if you were in 2001: A Space Odyssey?
Arthur C. Clarke is a massive influence on the game, and I love that.
Oh, okay. I had no idea. That's the feeling I got. I've only seen that movie once, and it was like 6 months ago.
It's my favorite movie. And there's a lot of deliberate influence from sci-fi that is in there, and I like the fact that it's not a narrative that you're following along a shoestring. You know, you are discovering it on your own, and if you make those connections, great, and if you don't, that's fine. But I mean, the idea is you're not there. You're not the Space Marine, right?
Yeah,
you woke
exactly.
up.
Yeah.
So whether or not you find the story and participate in it, it doesn't matter. You're just a guy with a jetpack, right?
Okay, I need to vocalize one thing about this game. When I was playing this game, Mark, I kept telling you, so what do I do?
You're doing it.
Yeah, like, what do I do? And you're like, you're doing it. I'm like, this is it? And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, this is pretty much the same thing over and over. Which, when it comes down to, you can make that argument for pretty much any video game, right?
Yeah.
You're doing the same thing over, but literally, like, I hopped in the ship. I flew. I went somewhere else. I shot. That's
one thing
laser
you can't
beam.
do. You're right.
You can't take it down. But I was shooting laser beams at rocks and getting resources, and I was like, okay, and that's it. And I was like, also menus pretty terrible.
Oh, the menus are awful.
The UI is not good.
Yeah.
The crafting system is not good.
There's a lot about it that's not that like seems obvious, like an obvious fix. Or like in testing, you would think that somehow like they would realize that doesn't work. But I mean, go on.
Okay, but then I took a step back again, and I was like, okay, accept the game for what it is and what it's trying to do, and the way it captures like the infinite possibilities is really, really something special. Like I've never seen a game do that, and like it's a concept that everybody thinks of, like what's around us. You know what I mean? Like what are the possibilities? And this very well could be it. You don't know.
Yeah,
but it's kind of cool.
And also, to be fair, like you didn't play it long enough to get in like caught up into the loop where, just for example, I was playing today, and I think I had at the start when I was playing 1.5 million units or whatever, like that, like money basically, right?
Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm balling, and but like I want a new ship because you can get crashed ships and recover them and like take them over as your own, and I really dislike mine. But then
your ship looks horrible.
It looks awful.
It looks really bad.
It looks really bad. But all the ones that I keep seeing,
it actually looks like a toilet.
They cost like they're like $1.1 million, and I'm like, yeah, but I mean it's not that much better. So let me just go farm some more things to get a little bit more money, and then I find one that's more than that. Yeah, no, but like it's not grinding because like you're thinking I'm so close away to getting a new ship, but then if I spend all my money and I find a better ship, I don't want to spend like you know what I mean? Like it just has that infinite loop cycle going, and it's addicting. It's a weird thing to think of like. We're just farming just like plants and like stuff. I even named a planet Farm just so I remember that in that galaxy that's the one that has the valuable resources on
Planet Farm.
So you have gone back to prior
just in that same galaxy where I was just looking for stuff to do.
Yeah.
So okay. Overall, like you seem to be more down for it the more you've played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark, you seem to really, really like this game.
I do. I mean, it's also a nice little break. I mean, I don't know what other games you guys are playing right now, but for whatever Doom, sure, you get stuck in a hard level on Doom. You're just like, I need a break. I just need to clear my mind for half an hour. You jump into the No Man's Sky. Next thing you know, it's 3.5 hours later, and you're just in 3 different galaxies. Like,
I also, I think not enough is said that the fact that 60 Days of Static does an amazing job with the music. It really turns it into just like an atmosphere that you're just like zoned out and just it's like studying to a playlist. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You just kind of let it go, and all of a sudden you have way too much uranium.
And on that note, I think we're going to wrap this up here. This has been possibly the first of many more No Man's Sky podcasts. We'll see how you guys like it and how much me, Daniel, possibly Cena, and other people want to play No Man's Sky. Maybe we'll have other guests on it who have played. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll
just have like a silhouette.
Yes. Or maybe we'll force either like someone like Ruse or Arya to play the game and see what they think.
Ruse will throw the PS4 at the wall before playing No Man's Sky.
We'll see about that.
But guys, I think it's time to blast off.
I'm Mark, Cena, Daniel. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace!
Oh, hello! I didn't see you there. I was busy liking, subscribing, and sharing this video to all my friends. If you like the video, you should do the same. Be like me.